In this chapter, we get the breakdown for how the finals are going to go down and what's going to take place, who's going to fight who, but what impressed me the most was Kabuto and his abilities. Naruto number 89, Naruto's Wish. Well, hello, my brothers and sisters of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, and I'm here to bring you another review on the awesome and engrossing and ever-changing and turning and twisting tale that is Naruto. And of course, our last chapter, following the events of that chapter, we really had, of course, the preliminaries had finished up, and really things ended off on a note where you had Kabuto, who appeared that he was trying to kill Sasuke, and Kakashi, of course, appearing at the end and basically it being like, hey, can you catch me? I don't know. And Kakashi's like, so that's how things wound up leaving off with those two. And then, of course, the Hokage was, in the middle of explaining everything to everyone about the preliminaries being finished. And then 30 days from now, them resting, training, whatever they have to do. And that's when the finals were going to commence. So we wind up going and picking up right where we left off is what I meant to say. Unfortunately, sometimes the thoughts that come from the brain just do not get translated properly through the mouth. But anyway, so picking up right where we left off, Kabuto and Kakashi are kind of facing off, it looks like, are about to face off, and Kakashi's asking questions, okay? He's asking a series of questions, and Kabuto's like, why should I answer you? And Kakashi's like, because I'm your superior, And that shit really got me. It's like, dude, listen, you caught somebody in here trying to go and kill or take or whatever his deal was with Sasuke, and now you expect him to go and have respect and answer your questions. The dude's an underhanded spy working for an enemy, right? Known or unknown, because he's asking, do you work for Orochimaru? Do you do this? What's your shoe size? All this bullshit, and Kabuto's basically just like, I ain't gonna fucking answer you, And then Kakashi tries to give him the you gotta have respect thing. That shit kills me, because respect is earned, first of all. And second of all, it's not just given, is what I mean to say. It's a lot of people that are older than you would say, well, you should respect. No, respect is given to someone that's earned it, right? Not that Kakashi hasn't earned it, but you're asking this spy, this underhanded assassin, this bad guy, if you will, villain, to go and respect your authority, and it's just not going to happen. So, thought that was a little bit hokey. Anyway, we go and we get to, it looks like he goes to take and actually, he pulls out this knife and he's going to go and he's going to scalpel looking thing, this little hook knife, and it looks like he's going to take out Sasuke. Kakashi comes in there, jacks him up, puts him down to the ground, and takes him out. At least that's what it looks like, right? And then all of a sudden, they're like, what the... And all of a sudden, he's like, what, you used a shadow doppelganger? Because there's another Kabuto, and he's got this mask on, and he pulls the mask off, and it's Kabuto. And anyway, he winds up getting away, is the bottom line, right? And what was great about this was the explanation afterwards. Kakashi says that he uses a form of Shiken no Jutsu, and that basically it's kind of like the art of the dead. What Kabuto did, he expected some shit to happen, or at least we had a fail-safe plan, and he went and actually resuscitated, brought back to life, had the heart go back, right? Start beating again of one of the, of one of the bodies of one of the guards that were guarding Sasuke's room that he killed. And Kabuto's overconfident as well, too, don't get me wrong. He's a calculus shit. He's like, you should have put at least 10 guards out there. It's like, fuck you, dude. Anyway, but what he did with the Shiken no Jutsu is he was actually able to kind of resuscitate and bring back, in a zombie-like fashion, or use as some sort of doppelganger or clone, one of the dead guards, make him look like him all the way down to the actual smell, the scent, Kakashi said, that this person emanated was like Kabuto, right? And then go and disguise himself as one of the dead bodies. So in essence, he didn't really have as much risk to himself, in case Kakashi or someone else showed up while he was in the act of doing what he was doing, which we assume was trying to kill Sasuke, maybe kidnap him, maybe molest him. Who knows, man? I'm not judging here, and I'm not here to call that one. I'm just here to talk about what's happened. And what was so cool about it is that he was able to do this all, so obviously in case something did happen, he would have an out, and he, in his actual form and body, could escape, which he wound up doing. So, very cool, and we realized that Kabuto obviously learned a lot from his father, who was this doctor and everything else, so that's where, he thinks that he learned some of these different tricks and things like that, because he actually was able to lay down and make his heart stop, right? Because when Kakashi walked in, man, he sensed all these people dead and assumed that they were all the guards, but, you know, he can obviously feel things like their soul, their essence, their heartbeat, their smell, all these different things that to you and I would just be like, well, I don't know about that. Dude looked like the other dude. He actually stopped his fucking heart from beating, right? And then had this other dude that he resuscitated in his place, acting in his stead, or acting through him as a channel, as a vessel, if you will, you know? So very, very cool stuff. Anyway, the other portion of the chapter, so Kabuto gets away, right? And, you know, it kind of felt like he was going to take off anyway. There might be a little fight, whatever. But he takes off. Then it goes back to the Hokage, who's boring everybody to death, especially Naruto with his explanation. But ultimately, he says, listen, everybody hang out for another second. You all need to, we're going to come around with a piece, with this bucket, and it's got papers in it. You go ahead and draw a paper, you know, take a paper out, one each. Everybody gets a number, right? 1 through 9. And we know that obviously Sakura's fight wound up ending in just like a double KO, you know, double knockout or whatever, so nobody advanced there. So you don't have an even number of people participating in the finals. We don't even know how the finals are going to go, but it's all explained right now. The finals, based on these numbers, right, it's a simple tournament. It's a simple bracket tournament, right? Anybody who does NCAA, March Madness, bracketology, stuff for college basketball, knows how the bracket works, right? Everybody gets a number. 1 faces 2, 3 faces 4, 5 faces 6. In the case of 7, 8, 9, 8 and 9 face each other, and then whoever wins that faces 7, right? So in essence, 8 and 9 actually will wind up, if they get to the top, will have an extra fight or a battle or whatever, but you have to do that because it's uneven. The point is here, and I thought the notable things is that Naruto is going up against Neji, first round, right? Sasuke's going up against Gaara in the second round, and they're the 3 and 4 or whatever, right? And then everybody else, Temari and all them that are going up, that didn't really faze me too much. We'll see how it shakes out. What I thought was kind of cool is then we go and we get a question, right? And the question is, hey, listen, is there only one winner? Can there only be one person that can move on and can become a Chunin? And the Hokage says no. You're going to be judged based on a number of different things from judges all around the different lands and everything else. And here's the situation. You can get knocked out in the first round and still look good enough to the judges, show enough moves, show enough whatever, where they can see in you and that they can still go and choose you. So basically, all can be chosen and none can be chosen, right? This is a situation where all 9 of you could move on, none of you could move on, 2 of you could move on. But really what it is that somebody who moves further up into the tournament in the bracket and wins more battles has more of an opportunity to showcase some of their moves and just some of their demeanor, personality, and just themselves in general. In essence, you're selling yourself by going and being able to show those judges that are watching through a series of matches how good you can be, how versatile you can be, why you would be a good journeyman to become an actual Chunin. So I thought it was very cool, and we know that's all going to kind of shake out and whatnot, or at least we kind of have a feeling at least now of how the tournament's going to shake out 1 month from today. So the chapter winds up ending off, though, with Naruto catching up with Kakashi. He goes to the hospital. He wants to visit Sasuke. Visiting hours are over. Of course, Naruto's being loud and boisterous, and then Kakashi, oh, shh, this is a hospital. Bro, it's not a library. It's a hospital, okay? Naruto's in the initial, reception area of it. You can fucking yell, do whatever you want. Doesn't matter if it's loud in here because it's a hospital, not a library. So Kakashi wasn't batting 1,000 for me in this particular chapter. Love the character. In this chapter, I think he was a little bit of a douche. Anyway, he ends off with going, and Naruto says, listen, I want you to train me. And he says, no, I can't. I got other things. I couldn't focus fully on you. And Naruto's like, oh, it's because you're training Sasuke, right? And he's like, no, it's not that, this and that, but I got you somebody even better. And then he goes and he pulls out and introduces us to this dude that I don't remember ever seeing before. And we get, I don't know, this guy with these, he pushes the glasses up on his face over here. He's got the dark sort of Ozzy Osbourne glasses going on. And I believe it's Naruto's word bubble that refers to him as super perv. So, I don't know what this guy's situation is. Chapter ends off over there. My chapter question for you, though, because that's how things wrap up, brothers and sisters, is what are your thoughts on what I had said about Kakashi at the beginning of the chapter, trying to command respect for, respect from a bad guy, from a villain, from Kabuto, answer my questions, have respect for your superiors, and then even at the end, too, with his nonsense, be quiet, Naruto, it's a hospital, I'm not going to train you now, I got other shit to do. What were your thoughts on Kakashi in this particular chapter? Do you agree with me and think that he was a little bit of a bitch in this chapter? Or, you know, or you're basically like, no, Kakashi, I love him no matter what, he's the best, you know. Anyway, the point is leave your answer to that question in the comments down below. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, the like button if you should think that I deserve it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will look forward to catching all of you in the next one, Naruto Nation. If you have watched this far, I want to thank you very much and encourage you to check out my Facebook and Twitter.